Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hey. I've never in the history of this podcast had someone describe country music positively. So I got you to shut up because I want to hear why pop country is actually good.
Yeah. Pop music, pop country, I mean, is some of the best pop music. Like I was saying, it's like textbook good songwriting from the song structure to the lyrics. When I say the lyrics, I mean specifically like development of plot, wordplay, recalls. Like on top of that, their harmonies are always perfect. They don't take risks. I notice. They always like, I feel like when you listen to it, you can hear that it was like 10, 50-year-old dudes or people in a room like, let's write this 2000th country song that we've written in our careers, like, and it's going to be perfect again. And they just do it and it comes out perfectly. Like, it's not that creative, but it's so clean. And as a songwriter, I just, I always really enjoy that as someone who's trying to, tighten up always.
All right. But I feel like the cookie cutter aspect is why I don't like it. Is because it is all the same. It is like it follows norms. It is like we found a formula that gives an equation that people like.
Yeah, but most music is like that if we're honest, like hip hop, pop, dance music, EDM, jazz, blues, like they all have a very specific sound and they follow their formula. Some of them for sure leave more room for creativity, exploration.
But that's why I think I fuck with your music is like you were even when we were driving around before, you were talking to me about like South African, how your new music is very inspired by the music out there. That's not like a norm. Like you have so many different sounds.
I don't know. It's normal to me. I don't know. Everything's normal to me.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I hear what you're saying. Like I do tend to try to think outside the box and whatever, but that's just who I am. And like, that's not who most people are. And so I don't expect most music to do that, and I definitely still appreciate it. And like I said, like I'm a songwriter, so like good songwriting always does it for me, even if it's talking about pickup trucks and horses and like whatever. Like, so that's honestly kind of fun to me. I think it's like.
Do you think like growth as an artist in pop is like chiseling away until you get to that like?
I don't know. I don't know too much about it. I can just tell you about myself. Like I don't really know that much about pop music as a whole.
Yeah.
I mean, even like the term pop music it seems like kind of a subjective term because in my mind, pop is just like the best or most accessible of any genre. Because a rock song could be pop, and also a rap song could be pop, and also a techno song could be pop, and also a country song could be pop, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right about that with all, like, it's like indie music. Like, what's indie music? Like, right. I like indie music, but aren't you technically like you make indie music or fucking like, it can be any,
Yeah, but they come to mean like a certain style of rhythm and melody, right?
Yeah.
Or like subject matter and stuff.
But like only doing what like as you, that makes sense because you were talking about how like your new album is darker and you think people see you as like a happier artist.
Yeah, I think so. Like positivity and stuff like that. I love to give people whatever they want from me, but also like as an artist, I express myself like throughout whatever I'm going through, whether it's like a high or a low or like, happy or angry or whatever it may be. And
do you want me to pour you the water?
no, it's cool.
I saw you looking. I saw you looking.
I'm just trying to figure out the logistics. I got this.
Take your time. You can pour the water.
I got this.
I saw you eyeing it, and I was like, I want him to finish, but I also want him to get his water.
I'm good. So yeah. So I don't know. What were we saying?
You were talking about like you make music for the emotion that you're feeling at the time.
Yeah, that's like the main way that I create. And so honestly, it kind of blows my mind to think that like it's always blown my mind like how could you be an artist, right? And the only type of song you ever make, for example, is a love song. Like you just go through your whole life and you're just like thinking about love all day for like whatever 70 years. Like that doesn't really seem like a real person,
Yeah.
And I never I never really understood how that worked. Like I guess artists are always saying like I don't want to be pigeonholed. Probably that's why. Like if people only know you for making the sexy dance song, and then like you go through a 4-year period of depression, or like you're going through a divorce and shit, and then they're still like, yeah, when are we gonna get that next sexy dance song? You're probably, I don't know, you're not gonna want to do that, right? Like,
but that's what I'm talking about, like the cookie cutter thing. It's like, yeah, I want people to show who they truly are. I hate people who are trying to fit into like a certain.
Yeah, well, I don't know, when the cookie cutter stuff is done right, I think that a lot of the cookie cutter stuff, because they have such a good market for it, they're able to finance the best songwriters in the world and get the best beats and the best guitarists and everything. And they can really put it all together. Like if I had maybe $250,000, I could probably get my music to sound better too, like, and I love big budget music because it's so nice to listen to. The mixing, the instruments, everyone's voice is perfect. Even the cover art, the video, like, I love that stuff.
Yeah. Isn't there like a weird fine line of like, see, I don't really listen to pop music, but I love big budget shit because it comes out how it's supposed to. But then there's that fine line where I really love like low budget shit.
Yeah.
Like I think that's how this podcast, this is everything. Like this month I got fucking 400,000 listens, which blows my mind. And this is all it is.
Good job.
Like,
well, don't you like, big budget content and small budget content for probably different reasons, right? They got they got something else to offer you. Yeah. Otherwise, you would only listen to one or the other.
Yeah. See, that's why I love, like, really, like I love Playboy Cardi, and I love the most lyrical rapper in the world. Yeah. Or I love fucking DJ, or I just like anything. It's like TikTok. It's like you see someone.
Except country. You don't like country.
I know, but I guess it's a trauma-based response when I think about it.
Oh, what was? Do you want to explain the trauma?
Stepmom loves country, and she wanted to go see Lady Antebellum and Darius Rucker. And so for my birthday, she just bought us tickets to that shit. And I felt like it was like a Clockwork Orange where you're forced to watch the thing you don't like. And I just watched Lady Antebellum and watch her make out with my dad the entire concert.
That's actually messed up. Yo, how mean can I be about her?
She's a very nice woman. Oh, okay. But that's
a messed up thing for her to do, and a red flag, and like, for your birthday, you said. For your birthday.
But I feel like, that's why I never want to like drag like a girl to like Griselda show. You know what I mean?
Would people do that even? Like,
yeah, there's definitely. I was on tour with them. There was always just like women just standing there like angry. That like sucks, I guess man. This is what he wants. But I think it's they think they're gonna go cheat. That's why the girls
No,
had to
because
go.
you're saying that the girls are getting dragged there if they don't like that type of music.
Yeah, so they're just like being protective over them. That's the only thing I can imagine. Because
I don't know. Why
like
would you?
like if I was asked to, like, I would never say, like, I'm dating a girl and she wants to go see a musical.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, you go do that on your own. I'm not gonna go to that musical with you.
I went to a musical recently.
Was it good?
Nah.
Do you like musicals?
I don't think so.
See, there's a type of music you don't like either.
I wasn't the one that said I liked everything. You said you liked everything.
I was putting it on you.
The thing with musicals is I feel like I see so much potential in them, and I don't think that they see any reason to modernize. And but I think why does the music in a musical have to sound so like theater music-y? Like, why can't it just be like good music instead of fucking Glee type songs?
Yeah, no, I totally feel you.
I don't get that. Like, it's like that. It's been the same for like hundreds of years now. It seems like they're still making the same style of song. Like, that's not okay. Like,
all right, but say you're talking about, like, I hate to keep bringing it back to country, but like those 50-year-old people who are sitting in the room, they're in charge of that. They know the formula.
Yeah, and not
with
only
musicals, there's definitely like an Illuminati of theater.
Probably.
I would
imagine.
Like,
the who's who, the Tony
like
Awards.
there's an Illuminati of theater where it's like, we're not going to let like Ghostface Killer write a fucking musical, even though he can make an album that's an incredible story. Like, that would be an incredible musical, but it's like, no, it has to fit these certain...
I think about it all the time. Like, how would that work? What would it sound like if like you actually modernize it? Because the thing is, like, the time that they tried to modernize it, that I could tell, is the show Hamilton.
But that sucked.
But to us, it sucked. To us, it was terrible because the style of music was dated like 30 years. But to the people who watched it, it was fucking mind-blowing. And it was like one of the highest selling shows of all time.
Yeah.
And my theory, not that I would know, is that, like, you know, give people like a modern, updated version of theater. Shit, I'd go. What if fucking ill artists were on Broadway for a month? Like, whoever your favorite artist, if it was fucking Rihanna and Danny Brown were like in this musical, and it wasn't fucking songs that sound like Glee. It was like songs that sound like them.
Yeah.
You know, with a cool story. And like,
see, that's something that is missing then. Like, that's like a hole that does need to be filled.
Yeah, that's what I think about all the time. Cause like,
are you the person to fill that hole?
I don't know. I'm the person to think about it sometimes and be like, that shit would be really cool. But the thing is, like, it's about what you're willing to spend your time on, and I feel like whoever's gonna do that, that's gonna be their whole life. And so I would volunteer to do it, but I wouldn't volunteer to do it for my whole life and career.
Isn't that crazy, the realization you have to come to, that like, this sounds so dumb, but it really is a realization everyone has to come to, that like whatever you get, you really do have to do. Yeah. Like, you just have to do it even if it sucks, and then like it happens.
What do you mean by that?
Like, you just have to start and then never finish, and it will work out.
Yeah, never stop.
Like, that's like when I started this shit, it was just to hold myself accountable because I was so depressed after fucking when quarantine hit. But then I got to, on my fucking 11th episode, crazily, I got to announce a DJ Muggs album. And then I was like, oh, I really like doing I loved rap. My dad took me to see Wu-Tang Clan when I was 12. I was like, I love this rap shit. And then it just started growing. I just did it. Like, I had no plan, but then I just did it, and then it works out. But if you don't ever do it, then it's never going to work out.
For sure. Yeah, no, that's definitely true. I don't know.
Like, do you remember the moment you took yourself seriously making music?
Yeah.
When was it? Don't make it. I felt like for just a second, I felt like I was on a bad date where I'm like, oh no, I have to talk this the whole time.
No, I do. But it wasn't like that dramatic, I don't think. It was basically when I dropped out of college. I was like, I don't know. I was just I was making beats, and I realized that creating music was like the most engaging thing for my brain, and I wanted to do it all the time. And that's when I was like, shit, I'll do it. And
keep talking.
Yeah, I was like, for someone with ADHD, I just felt like, oh, I found the thing that I'm not going to get bored of in like next month.
Were you like a lazy kid?
Was I lazy?
Or like
define lazy.
Or unmotivated?
Unmotivated for sure.
I was the same way.
Yeah, as a teenager, like pothead, just trying to party, do that sort of stuff. But yeah.
But you're motivated with music. That's the whole point. I'm like trying to make. It's like I was told I was like a lazy kid, an unmotivated kid.
Yeah.
But when I do something I love, I'm like I'm the hardest worker.
Right.
You know,
right. Same. Yeah. Exactly. Just like that. And so that's why I was like in college at Fitchburg State.
Shout out Fitchburg. Shout out Fitchburg State, but shout out Fitchburg because that's where I live.
All right. Shout out to either one that you choose.
I had my first kiss at Fitchburg State.
Oh, nice.
It was a good. Tell you, and then I'll tell you that story.
Okay. Well, basically, I just got to college. I realized within like the first month, like, dang, I'm really just here to party. And every time I try to read these textbooks, like I fall asleep. I don't think I'm gonna make it. And like not only that, but I'm just like spending all day like making beats and stuff. And
what did you go to school for?
Graphic design. I wanted to be a shoe designer. Yeah, I was good at it. I was getting A's in all the art classes, but I was like, there's no way I'm going to get through history, English, math, all that shit that just makes me go to sleep. I don't have the motivation to get through it. I cannot fucking read these textbooks at all. And so I was like, all right, like, you know, just have fun for the rest of the semester and go get a job, move to Boston.
What's your wildest story at Fitchburg State?
I don't know. Nothing crazy. I got robbed trying to sell kids weed at a party once.
Really?
Yeah, which is like, sounds like a very Fitchburg thing to happen.
Sounds like a Fitchburg State.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit sucked.
At a party.
At a party.
And then you just have to like go to class the next day and he's like sitting next to you in math.
Yeah, broke.
You're broke and the dude who robbed you, she's cheating off your test.
Those kids were not students, bro. That's where I fucked up.
That is where you fucked.
If it was the frat kids, we would have been good. But you know, I was under the influence of whatever it was at the time, and I made that poor decision. Yeah, I took that L.
I saw Mac Miller when he was like 17 years old at Fitchburg State.
What was he doing there? Oh, performance.
Yeah.
I was so stupid, bro. I was like, what was he doing? He went there?
No, he had a concert. There was like 75 people there.
I feel like if he went to college, he might go to a place like Fitchburg.
Oh, 100%. My mom had to bring me because I was like 13 years old.
Oh, really? You couldn't get in by yourself?
Yeah. So
Where was it?
In the cafeteria.
Oh, yeah. Sweet. I went to a poetry slam there once.
Oh, that's not as cool as Mac Miller. I'm not going to lie.
No. Although, I don't know, because Mac Miller got way cooler in later years.
His early shit was cool. And then it got like...
All right. I don't know too much about it.
Whatever. His older shit like was amazing, though.
Yeah. Wait, no. His later shit.
Later shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I meant him older.
Because when I first heard of him, I was like, oh my God, hell no.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But as the years went on, I was like, dang, okay.
But he was making super pop music. I feel like you would have enjoyed it. It's funny that I
think at
enjoyed
that time
that.
I didn't want to hear that.
There's too many of that. Like,
I was just like a different person, you know. I was listening to what I liked back then, 2009, Gucci Man. And so it was like radically different.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Not even close.
Were you
to
the same
type of stuff.
person?
I've grown a lot since then.
Did you look the same?
Pretty much. Yeah, different haircut. But yeah, I was wearing baggy tees and baggy jeans actually. Yeah. The style has circled back around since then.
All right. Do you not listen to that shit now?
Gucci Man?
Yeah. Or like
not really.
More aggressive rap, I would say.
Oh yeah. I have not been listening to rap for the last year or two. I'm very interested in like innovation in music, and when it gets into a rut or it kind of slows down, I start to lose interest and I'll move to something else. And then when it gets good again, I'll come back around. Not that there's nothing good going on, of course, but so yeah, I haven't really been listening to rap lately. A couple years ago, I fucking loved drill. 2018. I was like, this is incredible. No one's ever made music like this before. They're doing a whole new wave. They got like their own marketing schemes, like the way that they're getting on Facebook Live and talking shit to each other. Like they had like a whole new wave of young artists. But like as the years went on, it kind of got to become like a normal thing. And I don't see too much of people like pushing it forward, except I guess the Philly and New Jersey stuff. That stuff's pretty exciting.
Yeah, like the Subject 5 and like
Yeah, exactly. Subject's doing some of that. Yeah, like all the I just want to rock. I like that shit.
Oh, that new Uzi song?
Yeah.
It's it's dope that he released the best song in his career like this late.
Is that by what metric? Like, or your opinion? Or?
In my opinion, that he stays consistent. I think a lot of people look at rappers in the moment like that and think they're not going to stay consistent. And I like when they do.
EXO Tour Life is his best song, no?
I mean, that's a pretty great song.
I feel like that's the one everyone will still play. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean, though? When they have like not a comeback, but when it's like, no, I can still make great music.
I can still make the best song.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great feeling. For sure.
I don't want to speak for you.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of your beats are like drill inspired.
Yeah. Yeah, see, so...
Do you feel like that's pushing it forward, what like you're doing?
No, because not too much people are really listening. I mean, like, what I try to do is like push whatever's modern, like, into the future, still have it be relatable enough for people to actually like it, but like try new things at the same time.
But just because you said it's funny because you're like not that many people are, that doesn't mean it's still not pushing the boundary. You ever wake up and have one of those days that you just wish there was someone there to talk to, or a way to just figure something out that you can't in your life? And unfortunately, life doesn't come with a user manual like that, but there are things to help you out, like BetterHelp. BetterHelp has therapists that are trained to help you figure out your challenging emotions and learn productive coping skills, which makes therapy the closest thing to a guided tour of the complex engine called you. BetterHelp has helped 3 million people with licensed therapists. It's convenient, secure, accessible anywhere, and 100% online. Everyone deserves to feel their best. BetterHelp makes it easier to get started. As the world's largest therapy service, they've matched millions of people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists available 100% online. All the benefits of in-person therapy, plus it's more convenient, more accessible, and more affordable. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. It couldn't be simpler. No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. It's there, right for you, right there. So get unstuck with BetterHelp. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/buckedup. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/buckedup, BUCKEDUP. Make sure to get the help that you need with BetterHelp. Let's get back into it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
That's why I like it, is because I'm like, this is something I've never heard before. I don't ever think about music in terms of like, who else is listening to this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think about it how it makes me feel. And when I listen to your music, it makes me feel good. So I'm going to listen to more of it, you know?
Yeah, I guess when I make them, I'll be thinking like, oh man, like if people heard this, it could push the boundaries of like, of like what is accepted as whatever style of music. But so far that hasn't happened to a big enough level yet where I feel like
you were saying you had a cooking TikTok too. Is the cooking or the music? But is the cooking? Do you incorporate your music into it, like I see on Instagram, or?
Yeah, I mean, cooking is probably my number one hobby, and
do you have more followers on the cooking TikTok?
Way more. Yeah, like tenfold. Yeah, for sure.
That's so funny. I had no idea.
The thing is,
but he does all the food he posts on Instagram does look amazing.
I can really cook. I can cook
trust me, one day I do want some of your food.
I got some leftovers. If you
I ate some tortellini before I came here.
Caramelized onions, like. Anyway, yeah, I made the cooking TikTok because a couple years ago I was like, oh yeah, TikTok, this is lit. Like everyone's gonna be here. I should make some TikToks. I tried to make some TikToks. I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I was trying to promote my music on Instagram or whatever. And something I was noticing about Instagram was like, whenever I would post a picture of my outfit or whatever, man, people like fire, liking it, everything. And then as soon as I would post a song, crickets, like, and I was like, okay, that's a pattern. So either my music really sucks, or like, you know, Instagram's just not gonna push it through when you're like out now, or when you're like, this is my new song, or like whatever, because they get bread from that, you know. Yeah. So I was like, I got to find out a way to make content, to make people hear my music without asking them to, you know, like, I don't know. So I was like, all right, well, let me make some cooking videos. Like I watch cooking videos all the time on YouTube. I got a really good cooking video algorithm that I like.
See, I got a cute dog and cute baby animal algorithm.
Okay.
Literally all my For You page is literally
that's like my girl's.
See, I feel like it should be like
that stuff all the time.
I want to prove it to you so the audience knows I'm not lying.
Yeah. I got like a ethnic food algorithm.
Look, it's literally just animal.
Wow. This is severe. Yeah. Okay. Couple thirst traps in there.
Hey, don't sell me out on here. I'm just kidding.
So that's when I started making cooking videos, and I was making cooking videos, like whatever I make for dinner, I would just have my girl like, can you record me? I'm making this, and I would post it and put my beats or my songs in the background, like as background music. And one day I made a dish. I can't remember, maybe lucipi. The point is, it was Polynesian food, like from my dad's country. And we put the hashtags of like Tongan food, Polynesian food, stuff like that. And it went up like, like 100 times more than like any of the other posts. And very quickly realized like all the people liking this shit, commenting on the shit, following it, they're all Polynesian. So maybe that's a niche. So we're like, let's just do that. So I started making just all Polynesian food on that channel, and it's been going pretty well. And for every 1,000 views, I get like a conversion. Like they'll come over to Instagram, and they'll go on to YouTube, and they'll go on to Spotify or wherever they go.
That's dope. Do you have a best dish you cook?
Steak probably. Steak is my favorite. Man, what do I always make? Steak is a big thing for me.
What type of cut?
My favorite lately is New York. It's always been ribeye, but as I started to eat more of it, it became like too much for me. And I was like, ribeye's got less of the fat, still got good flavor, still can be tender. Just has a little gristle on it sometimes, which is kind of annoying, but like.
Yeah. Do you have a best meal you've ever had in your whole life?
I don't know about that, but recently my girl and I wrote out our top 10 favorite foods list.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's hear some of it.
All right. I got it in my notes, actually. Hold on a second.
I do have one dish in my mind, like one meal in my mind that I will never forget. And I think that's my favorite dish.
Go on.
It was in Edinburgh in Scotland. I don't even know the name of the restaurant. I have it in my phone somewhere, and someday I'll look it up. But it was a squid ink sack stuffed with lamb.
Huh.
It was in this tiny, probably the size of this room.
How big is a squid ink sack?
When it's like...
How is that possible?
Maybe it's not.
Okay.
It was like an appetizer. It was the I don't even remember what my entree was.
Stuffed with what?
Lamb. It was like lamb and veggies.
Is that kind of like an updated haggis?
Kinda, but it's something about that dish. I don't know why. It was just like, that is mind blowing to me. I've had cow brain in France was pretty amazing.
Yeah, my best. It's happened to me maybe like between 5 and 10 times where I eat a new food, and it feels like a transportative experience. Like I feel like I'm inside the culture where this food comes from.
Yes.
And it's happened a couple times, and it's like the most magical thing ever. It happened the first time I ate Korean tofu soup. It happened the first time I ate Peruvian ceviche. It happened... I
had goat head soup from like an Ethiopian restaurant.
Yeah.
A tiny and Lowell. They just brought it to my dad and me, and that was that same thing. It was like...
Yeah.
I don't get people who see food as just fuel. Like, you don't give a fuck about it.
No, I think, everyone has their own experiences, I think, because all the people I know who've had, whatever, I forget, food anxiety or whatever, where like they can only eat like 5 foods, usually French fries, pizza, chicken fingers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they all have some sort of trauma from their childhood where like it's triggered, and then they like, I don't know, they stick to something forever.
You're right. But it's just, all right. But if it's not like that, I think about like people who don't enjoy music. It's like there's some people who like, I just get so much joy from certain things that it's crazy to me that others don't.
My girl doesn't listen to music. She don't even care for it. It's funny.
Do you like that?
I'm indifferent. I mean, like, what's that got to do with me? Like, I don't know.
I feel you.
That's not why I love her.
No, that's how I feel. Like, my girl doesn't like Like has no idea who like West Side Gun is, even though that's like such an inspirational person in my life. He was just on the podcast. Like when I had him on the podcast, that literally was a dream of mine. Like that was like, you know, that's but awesome. It's like, she doesn't know who that is. And I kind of like that too. Yeah.
It's cool because it's like, I don't know. She's only objective about, you know,
because I've had girls go on dates with me knowing they like, oh, maybe I can meet this person. It's like, what?
That's for real?
For real.
Dang.
I hooked up with a girl and she asked me to share her music afterwards.
Yeah, I mean.
And I was like, damn, like you just like.
Yeah, people talk about like girls from the scene like all the time, but I don't know any women who moved that way. Like.
Sorry, women. When you ask me to share your music, I'm not calling you. No, woman is the proper term.
Oh, why? What did you say?
Girl.
Oh, I don't know.
I felt bad when you said it because it is the proper.
No, I was just saying, like, there is no woman in my life that like is shady and shisty like the way that like these stories that I hear, and I'm like, I don't even know where you're meeting these types of people.
They're
like,
not good. No, it's like it's stupid. It's stupid. What do they say? They say you're the
like want to go on a date with you because like they heard you know some certain person. Like I've never met a person like that.
Oh
in
yeah,
my life.
yeah. That's why you don't.
Probably,
that's why I never answer
rappers.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the worst. The dick off and shit for that. Oh my god, I hate bringing people around.
Like that's just like basic networking with the girls thing. They like dangling romance in front of you.
That's what I mean. I have dealt with that. Creepy. I know firsthand.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But with the dudes, it is fun. I've brought people around and you're like, you're acting so wrong in this situation. Like, what are you doing? Like,
what do you mean? Like they're a different person?
Yeah, or they just want to be like I'm the most center. I'm an only child. I'm the most center of attention person in the world. But if I'm in certain rooms, I know when to shut the fuck up. Like some people don't know when to shut the fuck up.
That's annoying. You can't bring that type of person around. I feel like I try not to. If I bring anyone anywhere, like I feel like I already trust them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Otherwise, I'm not going to invite just anybody to go wherever.
And I only want to hang with people who have something going on in their life.
I'm not too picky about that.
I don't mean like being success in an art, but I mean just they're not stagnant and like.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I'll make exceptions.
No, I got you. I have sad friends that I'm not gonna kick to the curb because they're sad. But what do they say? All right, they say you're the culmination of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Like I want to spend time with people who are motivated.
Yeah, I gotta find a rich friend. That's what I've been thinking about all the time.
Start hanging out with rich people.
That's what I think about all the time. Like, damn, none of my friends are rich. How am I going to become rich?
It is kind.
I don't know. How do you do that?
How do you become rich?
That's why it's a glass ceiling, because we're all rich, trying to get rich. No one knows how.
Yeah. It's funny. Kevin Hart talks a lot about that.
Did he have an answer?
Like financial literacy, that no one really knows financial literacy. Yeah. And I think it's true. And the more I learn about it, the more I'm like, oh, it's like that's where the Illuminati is. It's not like people controlling everything, but it's like the Illuminati in theater. It's like people think they have to hold on to this information so bad that they don't want you, like, if you go out to find it on your own, you can get it, but I'm not going to give it to you.
I've seen it. My girl's family is pretty wealthy, and she sees money way different than I do. So, and I've been broke always, and I've been trying to learn. I try to learn from her because, like, I can tell, like, being around her, like, she's destined to be rich always. And I think like she's learned from her parents like how to do that. And I never did. and I be trying to learn, but I start to feel like I don't know if like, because it's not like a lesson that they taught their kid, you know. It's just like they just like learned it from being around it.
Well, it's like you are a culmination of everything that's ever happened to you. That's all a human is.
Yeah.
It's like every experience you ever had. So if you have all these experiences with this knowledge, even if it's not being taught to you,
Right.
you're going to get it.
Right.
But that's the culmination of the people around you, is if you start spending time or just doing it. Like I'm bad at saving money.
Yeah.
But like, all right, I should just put it aside.
Uh-huh.
Like my wealthiest friends just have like a vault that they put cash in and they never touch. They act like it's never there. And it's like, damn, you're right, because I'm going to use my credit card. I'll put something on my credit card. But if I'm using cash or keeping cash away, then it's like, all right, I'm starting to build, and then I can invest that back.
Yeah, so far I don't know much about how to get rich.
It's hard. But it's hard, like, learning how to build this into a business. Like, I'm learning about setting this up as an LLC so I can write all my travel up.
Yeah.
But
That'd be cool.
it would be cool, but it's like, all right, that's a whole other vault of knowledge you need to know.
Mm-hmm. Is it a hard process?
100. I mean, the actual setting up isn't, but like the knowledge is.
Yeah, how to do it and stuff.
Like, all right.
How to move once you've done it.
That's how I feel about music. That's why I love talking to people who make music, because literally in my mind, it doesn't make sense.
What part of it?
Everything. Like making music. Like it's like magic to me.
It is, though. I
Like-
think there's a lot of guessing involved. You just, the way I figured out how to do it was just trying to do it and just being bad at it. And then not stopping for some reason, you know? And then at some point, it starts to get good.
Yeah. Isn't that the answer to it all, though?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, it's so simple.
So I'm
but
about to start saving my money, bro.
It's
throw it in a
true,
safe.
though. Like, yeah. But it's like, it is magic to me. Like, you were playing me that song, and you were like, this is the record time I wrote the song, 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, I don't think I'm going to use it because it's too slow.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I'm like, that song's incredible. Like, how could you... Like, my mind just doesn't work that way. Like, to you, that's something you're like, I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah. It's a lot of songs. I think, especially people who make digital songs, we all make a shitload of songs, like probably thousands, you know? And so, I don't know. Maybe we probably don't hold them as near and dear as someone who maybe had to play it out on a guitar, you know, all the way through. And then like by the time they record it, they got to play it in one take or whatever.
How many songs do you think make it versus don't make it?
What do
Like,
you
how
mean?
many completed songs do you have that, like, won't be released?
Like a percentage wise?
Yeah.
Probably like 97%.
Because you don't have a crazy amount of music out.
Nah, not a crazy amount, but some. Probably like 30 songs on Spotify and maybe 50 on SoundCloud. But maybe some of those coincide with each other.
What's the switching up to, or maybe I just don't know about, like, the Maka 3.0 versus, like, Maka Oceania?
Yeah, that's why I changed it.
Because people couldn't pronounce it?
Because you can't say it to the next person without it being a whole thing. Oceania.
That's what I knew it was, but I'm looking at your face and I didn't want to fuck it up to your face.
It's not no, but that was the problem with it. It's not a word that we use here, and so
Who gives a fuck?
I do because because my goal is to make it as easy for you to communicate to the next person as possible.
Okay.
So that's why I really changed it, because. You know, it's been years of people being like, oh, what's your name on Spotify? Maka Oceania. What? Maka Oceania. What? Maka Ocean IA. Ocean. It's just that and I've had that conversation, you know, hundreds of times. And I'm like, this is stupid. It's not helping me, you know?
Yeah.
I thought it was cute because I'm from Tonga, and Oceania is like the updated name for the continent of Australia. And I wanted to be representative of that region of the world, you know, in my music. And so that's why I did that. And I liked how the word looks. I think it looks really cool. But, you know, it's not serving me to like confuse people with that shit.
Where did 3.0 come?
It's my third name. It's honestly kind of random.
What was your first name?
3.0 is just like, it's easy. You know what the fuck. When someone says 3.0, you don't mistake. What did you say? Or what is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
First name was just Maka. And then I started putting out my music on Spotify, and I was the 15th Maka. And there's this one dude from South America who's fucking ill. He's so good. And I was like, bro, like, I don't know how I'm going to take the spot from him, like in the short term. And I also don't know that I even want to. Like, he's ill. He's doing his thing.
Yeah.
He had it. He's got it, you know? So I stopped doing that. Put the Oceania at the end of my name to make it unique. Rocked with that for a couple of years. Got sick of it. Now 3.0. Third time's the charm. I fell off twice.
Are you going to keep this?
I don't know. I don't
Would
know.
you ever go back if you hit a certain level of success?
I would love to be just Maka, yeah.
Just
but
Maka, not Maka Oceania.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Oceania only came to, you know, to distinguish between like me and someone else.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
And now 3.0.
My friends call me Maka. That's where the name comes from. It's my last name.
Yeah.
That's what my friends call me.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. You gotta represent your name.
Yeah.
People always ask me if I have a stage name. I'm like, no. It's my fucking name, Sam Buck.
Yeah. Jamie Maka. It's James, but
James.
my girl calls
Does
me
anyone
James. Well,
does anyone call you your name?
my mom's English, right? And I think in England it's more common to shorten James to or Jamie.
Mm.
Whereas here in America we shorten it to what? Jimmy.
Yeah. You don't look like a Jim.
Yeah, I don't feel like a Jim.
Imagine.
But so
Jim.
that's why I became Jamie, because my mom's been calling me Jamie since I was a baby. You know,
But everyone call you Maka.
my friends, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You were talking about the rich thing, the like being around, experiencing and shit. But I feel like you're rich in experiences, which a lot of
For
other
sure.
people lack.
For sure.
Like you were
For
talking
sure.
about,
I've
like
seen
growing up, moving around,
Yeah.
like
I've seen I've had the opportunity to see a lot of things that people will never see. I spent summers hanging out with billionaires before. I've spent summers hanging out with people who live, they ain't got a floor in their house. It's a dirt floor. You know what I mean? And I think I feel so lucky to have that range of perspective. And it's something that I try to explain through my art. You know how like people say like it's a small world. I want people to realize like it's a big world, because most people's world is small, like to their city or to their state or even to their country. And there's so many other sides of the story, you know, than just that which you're familiar with, you know.
mm-hmm.
And I love that so much. You know, you could spend your whole life learning new things about people in the world that you never thought of before.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I'm trying to give to people with my art, is just like a perspective, you know.
What's the most fulfilling place you've been?
Tonga, for sure. Because I don't know. Just like
Cultural roots.
yeah, it gave me like identity living there, you know, living there with my family, going to school, going to church, like learning about that made me a totally new person, especially during formative years, being like 10 years old or whatever. Because fuck, man, if you ever grow up in America and then you go to a third world country to live, the shit is different, dude. Like I took my girl there a couple years ago. She damn near had a fucking breakdown when we first got there because shit was not the same. Like they're lacking a lot of shit in different places in the world, and they got to make do. And it's important to know about that, I think.
Yeah. Get different experiences.
For sure.
Some people never leave their circle. Like
sure.
You're talking about like
I'm
the
saying
city.
most people
like,
never do.
Never. They want to stay in that comfort bubble.
I mean, even if even if I grew up here in Somerville and I went on an exchange program in high school and I went to Chile and then I took a gap year and I backpacked through Europe. And then like every year, like I travel like once a year to like some country and shit. You're not even seeing that much. It's not even that much of an experience. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I think about that. Countries I've been: Canada, Spain, Scotland, Ireland, England, France. That's not that much. Most of those are fucking the same.
So many of those experiences are just catered to our palate and like what we're used to,
People don't like being uncomfortable.
Fuck no. Why would you want to on vacation? You're trying to chill out.
Yeah, but isn't that but why would you want to be uncomfortable with like being uncomfortable is the only way to grow.
Yeah.
Like being uncomfortable.
And because it's like inevitable. Like
who wants to that's what I mean about when I was like, I don't hang with certain people, like people who don't have shit going on. I don't want to hang with people who are content with just where they are, that they don't want to explore. They don't have to be following art, but expanding your mind, expanding your body, expanding your energy, expanding anything. Like, you really want to sit for the next 40 years doing nothing?
Well, I don't want to live like that, but I find satisfaction in visiting with those types of people. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I like that. I like going to hang out with people who are comfortable and all set up in their castle and like have their whole routine set up and everything like that. It feels safe. It feels comfortable,
Yeah, maybe I just get
it's
scared
nice to experience
of it.
that too.
Yeah. I guess maybe I'm just scared of it. Because I know that I can never do that. If I want to be a successful in my field, anyone isn't comfortable.
Yeah, but how could you not appreciate it? Like,
I can't appreciate it. I'm just saying, I take back what I say, I'm saying that because I'm scared of it.
The pros of being a normal person definitely outweigh the cons.
But I'm not a normal person. I've worked real jobs. I've made good money.
Yeah.
I'm not a normal person.
Neither am I. And like, if I did that, I wouldn't be happy. But like, for the majority of people, that is enough. And it's beautiful too. Like,
they don't need the validation.
Hell no.
Success is trauma-based validation.
I feel like if you He's triggered by trauma. I didn't get enough attention when I was little, so I got to express myself, man. Maybe. No, I'm not gonna lie. I got a lot of attention. Maybe that's where it comes from.
Yeah, me too. I was an only child.
Maybe that's what it is. We just need attention.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned church in Tonga twice.
Yeah.
That was important. Like, in the culture? It was a good experience. It was a good experience for you.
It was actually very important. I mean, it was the first time I started singing for real. They would give me like solos and stuff at church. I think it's because of like what I look like. I look different, you know.
Did you always have that voice? Your voice?
I always had my.
Were you a naturally good singer?
I think so, but it's hard to tell. I think so. I think I could always sing, and but the church thing is just so important because it has informed my direction as a melody writer. Like that's where I get my harmonies from. That's where I get my melodies from. Is from that formative experience, and you know, there's something that feels really special about those types of harmonies. Just the other day, I was helping this kid write a song in Haverhill or something, and there's like mad people in there. They're writing their song. It sound mad nice. I was like, yeah, like you should try this harmony, right? Something that I always do. Like, this is what I would do type shit. And he put it on, right? And as soon as they did that, it was just a small harmony that to go along with the hook. This other dude, this other producer in the room was like, I don't know what it is about that. It sounds mad like Caribbean now. And I was just thinking like, nah, it sounds like the islands, like, because that's where that comes from, you know, like, and I love that. I love that about those type of sounds, and I like to use them because I feel like it represents me, even if you can't really tell from looking at me. It's there in the music, you know, and it's identifiable.
That's why I think I was drawn to your music and liked it, is because even without hearing your story, I knew you were worldly.
Word, let's go. I like that. I like that. I want to be like that someday.
You are that.
Like, low key, I am, but like I guess I want to be better at it. I want to fly first class.
I only did that once in my whole life.
Me too.
How was your experience?
It was so good. I was like, yo, you know, it's so weird. The weirdest shit about it was I was like sitting next to this rich guy. He was like European, and who was like, what are, like, they're like, oh, what do you want for lunch? We got something, and then we got like the vegetarian something, and he's like, I'll have the vegetarian thing. I don't do that, you know. I'm a meat person. Yeah. I was like, oh, I'll have the vegetarian, just to be like classy. Yeah!
It's not classy to eat meat. Bro,
I was just vibing like that. I was like, yeah, like, you don't know how broke I am. Like, I could be rich too. I loved that. That was so fire. Did you tried it once, right?
What?
First class.
Yeah.
Bro, I never realized you walk into the airport, they fucking know your name somehow. They be like greeting you. They give you a special line. I was like, damn, bro. Like, I didn't even know all this stuff that I was missing. I always wanted to do it, but I didn't even realize how deep all this shit was. Like,
I'm tall as hell. I just cared about the leg room.
Bro, for real, dude. How tall are you?
6'4".
I'm 6'3". I'm 6'1.5", and I fucking... some seats, like, I can't sleep through the whole night.
I just flew back from Austin, and I was like this. I was like, okay. my knees were pressed up against it. I hated that shit.
Have you noticed that? I feel like I've noticed that my entire life, the seats in the airplanes have been getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
Or maybe you're just getting bigger.
Oh shit. Damn, see,
I just blew your mind.
I didn't even have that perspective. I've been this tall for a while though. You know what I'm trying to say.
No, I do. I'm sorry.
They are smaller. That was a
dickhead response.
You know I'm right. You know I'm right.
I'm just being a dickhead. I apologize.
You got me.
Where'd you fly to? First class.
Salt Lake City.
I flew to Vegas. See, yeah, that's that rich people shit. Like the only time I was ever in a Rolls Royce, stars in the ceiling.
That's cool.
I'm on 2 grams of mushrooms.
That sounds nice.
And it's my friend's. He's rich as hell. So he's driving and I'm in the back seat just tripping like, what type of life is this? Like, what the hell? Like,
seems crazy.
Crazy. Craziest place you've tripped?
Nowhere crazy. I mean, my favorite place I tripped, which is probably the most unusual. Oh, no, I got a good one, actually. My girl and I went to Amsterdam a couple years ago, and they sell mushrooms, truffles, they call them. And we're walking around town. In big cities, I get a lot of anxiety. And I was like, there is no way I would want to trip here. Because it's like the people are angry. They hate the tourists because the type of tourists that go to Amsterdam are shitbags that want to fuck prostitutes or want to get high all the time. And for all the scumbags in Europe, it's like a fucking, I don't know, $50 trip or something. You go with your boys for the weekend. You're all 19.
Yeah.
They go there and cause problems.
Your dirty little dick sucked by a dirty Amsterdam prostitute.
I think them girls take care of themselves. They got like insurance and everything.
I got 401k on this pussy.
Yeah. No, they take that shit seriously.
Yeah, my asshole's got an IRA.
It should, as it should be. It should be more organized.
100%.
But
I'm just being an asshole.
No, my girl found this. She works with artists. She's all into art. Mostly painting and stuff.
Yeah.
And she researched and found that there was a national park 2 hours outside of Amsterdam by train and then bus, that inside the national park has the biggest sculpture park in the Netherlands, Holland or whatever. And then inside the sculpture park, there's also an actual museum with like famous artists, Van Goghs and stuff like that. And so we're like, yo, we should take those mushrooms and take a trip out there. You know what I mean? So we did that. The truffles, they're different. They're like grown different. They're like a different species of thing. So we're taking them on the train thinking like we got like, an hour and a half, 2 hours before it's smacking us. We take it when we get off the train while we're waiting for the bus. Them shit's kicked in like 10 minutes.
Oh, no.
And so now we're like trying to figure out how to get to the bus in this random place. In this random place, it was so weird. I stopped at the lady who was selling like drinks and stuff at the train station. Like, let me get a drink. She was like singing everything she was saying. It was freaking me out. I was like, is this because I couldn't tell if it was because I was tripping. That was the only problem.
That
like,
happens every time you trip. The universe throws you shit. That
if
is
it's
like,
because I'm tripping, that's fine. And if it's not, that's also fine. But the fact that I can't tell which it is, that was fucking me up in a good way. But anyway, she's like, that will be €10 and 30. I was like, what? Oh. And also because we didn't even realize we were coming up because it only been a few minutes. I'm like, what is going on, bro? Anyways, we get into the national park, and the entrance of the national park, it's like a fucking huge parking lot of free bicycles. Everyone hop on a bicycle, and then you ride into the national park. You can ride up to the museum. You can ride around the sculptures and shit. It was amazing. And you can ride around the national park. There's like
that does sound amazing.
It was.
I never wanted to go to Amsterdam, but I want to go just for that.
Bro, Amsterdam gave me anxiety, dog. Like the people are so mad that fucking you can't walk in the bike lanes. They'll like hit you and shit. Like, bro, they fucking hate us. They don't want you to be there. It's beautiful though.
Yeah. What's the most beautiful place you've seen? Like your most beautiful memory?
Tonga. When I was 10 years old with my dad. We went to a small island called Ofu. That's where his dad was from. And it's like a small island, like a mile around. And I think there's like 200 people or something that live there. is the most beautiful place. I fucking love it so much. It's in one of my music videos. We went there a couple of years ago and shot there because I was like, bro, if we're going to Tonga, we have to go here because people got to see this place. It's the most special place to me, especially because it has, sentimental meanings. But anyways, we were staying there and we hopped on a boat and we went spearfishing. Just me and my dad, and we went, he took me out probably like half an hour or 45 minutes out into the ocean to a place so far out into the ocean that you can't see land anywhere around. But because of the way that the reefs are built there, you could hop out of the boat and stand up in some places.
Wow.
That was like some type of video game scene to me. That shit was just so wild. We went spearfishing. I caught nothing. I didn't even come close to catching anything. But he caught shit. He was nice with it.
With a spear?
Yeah, so it's like a spear. It's like a long plastic stick. And the end, it has 3-prong sharp spikes on it. And on the other side, there's like a, I don't know what you call it, like that type of rubber thing that you use to like tie yourself off.
Yeah,
Like that, whatever that is, like in a loop. So you put it around your wrist, and then you put it around your wrist, and then you stretch it and like hold up the spear, and then when you let it go, it shoots out.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Like a spear gun, but it's like a spear. What's
like
that?
A hood one.
Slingshot. Yeah.
Like a caveman spear. You know, like
we never talked about your 10 favorite dishes.
Oh yeah, I got it right here.
We've been going over an hour already.
Shit, I'm chilling. Let me know.
Word. I want to hear your dishes.
Okay. This is in no particular order, actually. But the first on my list is Korean barbecue kalbi, short rib.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite things. North Shore steak tips. Shout out to North Shore, Mass. Do you ever eat that?
I've never had North Shore specific steak tips.
That's it. Where have you had them?
Have had steak tips other places.
Did you know they only exist in Mass?
No.
Well, mostly only Mass. Sometimes like a little in New Hampshire and stuff like that.
You learn something new every day.
Specifically New England food. It's an ethnic food of New England.
Wow. It's the whitest
regional cuisine.
Who knew steak tips was the whitest food?
I mean, is it?
North Shore, New Hampshire?
Nah.
That's
I mean,
prime white people country.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it does derive from a collaboration between the Irish and the Italians.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty white. But I don't think whitest, probably not.
What's the whitest food?
Brown rice. I don't know. Sourdough bread.
That's hilarious.
They got some bangers though. White people got some bangers.
Shepherd's pie.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
But that's white as hell.
Shepherd's pie. You know shepherd's pie is supposed to be made with lamb?
Yeah, I love lamb.
I don't think I ever made it with lamb.
Ground beef?
Yeah, that's a cottage pie. My mom used to always say that. That's a cottage pie.
Oh, because she has the accent?
Yeah, my brother has it too.
Really?
Yeah, because we moved so much. It was just like school.
In the informative years.
Yeah, I think my theory about this, because I've seen it happen a couple times, is that the accent locks around 16. And you'll never fully lose it. That's my theory. I don't know.
All right, keep going on your list.
Okay, so we got Korean barbecue short rib. We got North Shore steak tips. Specifically, Champion steak tips and Peabody. And that's the only one I want to shout out. Crab fried rice in Thailand. Ooh. Oh my God.
In Thailand.
Yeah, well, anywhere. That's the only
But you
place
mean
I've
Thai
really
crab fried rice?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Thai style, I guess. Yeah,
All right. I
that's
think
the only
like
place
you
I
had to
could
go
afford
to
it.
Thailand. Oh.
You got to go to Thailand to eat their seafood because they have a level of freshness that you can't get anywhere else. With a lot of food.
Thai food's my favorite.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you go?
So I loved a lot of places in Lowell. I lived in Lowell for some time, and there was some amazing. But
I heard there's a really big South Asian community there.
huge, something like 40% of the city or something. So like I loved like we'd go all over to get in like Laotian food, to get in.
Yeah, I've heard about this, but I haven't been in Lowell since.
Oh, go to Simply Khmer. That's the best one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I've got some recommendations. I'm gonna add to it though.
All right, next. I want to hear this list.
So the next one is my newest addition. It just got onto my list maybe last month or so. And I've only had this dish 2 times, but both times I've just been fucking blown away by it. It is goat biryani. Yeah, Indian food. It's just like the perfect thing, and like I could eat endless amount of it. I don't know. To me, it's so much better than the curry with the rice on the side. I don't know why. It's fucking amazing. I love it so much. The goat coats all the rice with its gaminess, dissipates. It's like a perfect dish. Next, Japanese sushi.
Specific fish.
I don't know. Probably some type of bream, or maybe some type of snapper. I like those white fish.
Okay. Oh yeah. I love eel. I know that's not like sushi because it's cooked, but
No, it is. It is. It's official. And if you go to any sushi restaurant in Japan, they got eel. They might got 2 kinds of eel. The sea eel and the freshwater eel. Next on the list is Gaos and Goons. That's General Gao's chicken and crab rangoon.
Gaos and Goons.
You feel me? That is also some North Shore shit.
I feel you. That is, yeah. All right.
That is some Massachusetts regional
You ever go to
cuisine.
Gold Bowl in Fitchburg?
No.
Best.
I didn't have
best
any
shitty
money.
Chinese
I didn't
food.
have any money when I lived in Fitchburg, especially after I got robbed for my weed. You know what I mean? So
How much weed you get taken?
like a half ounce, which was a lot to me at the time.
No, I
you know what
feel
I
you.
mean? Like
Yeah, I
it was a
feel you.
lot to me at the time. Like, and so it's great. Yeah, the life is crazy. Next
I do remember times in my life where if I lost a half ounce, I'd be so upset.
is everything. Yeah, I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say half a pound. I was like, that makes
No,
Yeah, half ounce. No, that would ruin. If I was in college and I lost a half an ounce, I'd be freaking the fuck out.
I'm not gonna be wilding out like that inside a party with people I never met before.
Yeah,
You wanna-
no. That's I was trying to
You
figure out
buy
this.
half a pound of weed, dude? Come in this room. Yeah, bring your boys. Check it out.
All right, cows and goons.
Oh, so embarrassing. Next is lusipi, which is lamb wrapped in taro leaves with coconut cream, and it has to specifically be cooked in the traditional Tongan way, the umu. A lot of people know it as luau. That's a underground barbecue pit. Because when you cook it that way, it develops a smoke flavor that you cannot achieve cooking it in the oven, cook it on the stove or anything like that. That's number 8. Number 9 is a chicken finger dinner.
I can't go wrong.
Bro, yeah. I'm not stupid, bro. I'm not crazy. Like, yeah, chicken
I went to
finger
this
dinner.
place called Puritan last night in Manchester, and they had coconut chicken tenders. They were like breaded in it was actually really. It wasn't too sweet.
I'm not gonna say no, but I'm not gonna.
And you dipped it in the duck sauce. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but it was amazing.
I get it. Coconut shrimp. Coconut chicken fingers.
All right. So
I get the leap.
chicken finger dinner.
The last one is kind of a weird dish. It's kalbi jim. Kalbi jim, it's if you don't know, is a stew, a Korean stew made with a shitload of short rib, and inside they put rice cake, gravy, melted cheese, a bunch of veggies, and I think maybe noodles too even. I'm not sure about that.
Cheese is surprising.
No, they love cheese. Ever since we brought it to them during the Korean War. Yeah,
something good came from the Korean War. They got cheese.
Well, yeah. Also, South Korea came out of that probably. That's probably a good thing. Hyundai's, Samsung. Those are all good things, I think. Although I've read that they be wilding out, the people in those families. So I don't know, but yeah, Korean people. We brought them a lot of food when we went over there, and there's a lot of theories about Korean fried chicken, which is super popular. That actually the reason Korean people invented Korean fried chicken is because they got it from American soldiers, specifically Black American soldiers, when they were stationed in Korea. Because I guess a lot of this like new food, army stew and like melted cheese on other food and fried chicken, came from Army GIs stationed in Korea. They go to Korean restaurants and they bring their rations, I guess. So the rations would be Spam, Vienna sausages type shit.
Oh, wow.
Cheese, whatever. And they'd be like, yo, like, cook this. I don't want to eat your weird Korean shit.
That's how it got. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And then it stuck. And one really popular dish in Korea, that's army stew, budae-jjigae. And it's got sliced up hot dogs in it, melted cheese, ramen, all that shit just mixed together.
Army stew is what it's called?
Yeah, it translates to army stew.
Wow.
And yeah.
That's the more you know. You blew my mind. I want to like.
I'm saying, bro. Yeah. We gotta keep learning. It's so fun.
Yeah, that is.
You could learn a new thing every day and be satisfied with that.
You should be.
Yeah.
I liked that list. My favorite dish of all time, which is so basic, is beef tartare.
Oh, no, it's kind of fancy. That's not basic.
But it's like
chicken finger dinner is basic.
It's raw beef.
No, it's not just raw beef.
Because
then you would say it's raw beef. That's my favorite. Like Liver King.
I love. Yeah, I just go to the grocery store, get a pound of ground beef, and start chewing.
Yeah, because that would be gross to me. But no, tartare, I'd be down.
Amazing.
Yeah. So what's
the craziest? We'll end on this. What's the craziest dish you've ever had?
Dog.
Oh yeah, you said that before. Where was that?
In Tonga, hanging out with some goons.
Do you know what type of dog?
The neighbor's dog.
Like a golden retriever.
No, they don't have. They don't have brand name dogs. They don't have purebreds.
They don't have the capitalist dogs that we have.
No, they got mutts. They got mutts and like street dogs, and like they like are semi pets. But the way it happens a lot over there, which I don't even know if I should say this, but when the kids are up to no good, they'll hunt one.
I don't mean to laugh.
It's funny. It's funny, but it's kind of dark.
I know it's really dark, but it's funny as hell.
Because
I just imagine being like, you're like a parent bringing home a test. I mean, like you got a 68. I'm killing the dog.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that.
I'm just.
No, it's like some demon time shit. Like when they want to be up to no good. But
the kids do it.
Yeah.
Oh! I thought you meant
No,
now,
not children.
now I get it. Like, I heard you misbehaved in school, so you're watching fucking Lil Boo Boo over here get decapitated.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that.
Okay, now I get it.
So people be like robbing dogs or like going and like hunting them. They, you know, like, I don't know, like you might plot on someone over here, like, yo, like, let's go rob him or whatever. Like over there, they're like, yeah, like I know where this one dog lives. Like, you can fuck that shit up.
God damn.
Yeah. And then, yeah. So
How'd it taste?
honestly, it tasted really good. But the problem was my psychological connection to dogs as a Westerner when I ate it was only the second time in my life that my body was like, no.
What was the first time?
A century egg.
Oh, yeah.
It tastes like ammonia.
Yeah, I know what that is.
What the fuck is, I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand that food. I'm not even going to get into that. But this one, my body was just like, no, you can't eat this. Like, even though it tastes good, like I put it in my mouth and I was like, oh wow, this is good. I'm chewing it and I'm chewing it and I'm chewing it. And I'm like, why I don't know. Why can't I finish this?
Yeah.
Eventually I was like, yo, I'm gonna be right back. I ran around the house and spat it out. Cause I was like, I don't know. My mind wouldn't let me.
I feel you.
It's weird.
The part of a collar comes out.
Tasted good though. Tasted good. It was a rib.
Wow.
Slow cooked over a fire.
You ever have guinea pig?
No? That's South American?
Yeah.
I think I've heard of that.
Mm-hmm. Asian too, I think.
I'd eat that. I'm down to try whatever.
I'm down to try anything. We were talking about horse before.
Yep. Yeah,
I'd try horse.
I ate my own horse before.
Really?
Yeah. Either my mom or my dad tied it up too tight when we were living on this farm. Choked to death.
God damn.
Yeah. We cooked it, shared it with the village. It tasted good. It tastes good. But it sucked because we had two horses. We was riding them.
Now you got one horse.
Yeah.
And a couple meals.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, mostly just one meal. We didn't have a refrigerator.
Oh.
So
So you
like,
got to get that shit off quick.
that's why you guys share it with everybody.
Yeah,
Nobody
okay.
had power out there where we were, like,
Wow.
where the farm was. Yeah.
How long did you live without power?
Just for like a year. Like, because that was like what they call like in the bush. Like, it wasn't like our family home. It was like the family farm type shit. And it was like on a different island. And it's where my dad would grow kava, this drink.
I've had kava.
You've had it? Do
Yeah,
you like
there's a
it?
kava bar up in Nashua, New Hampshire.
Yeah. You like it?
I had too much of it the first time and I like fully disassociated. So it was like, I don't know.
You know, they have kava houses in
Yeah, they have one up in Nashua, New Hampshire though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. I got to try that. I like that stuff.
They do shows in there, rap and comedy shows.
Really?
Yeah.
They do that in Tonga too, kind of. Every town has like they'll build like basically like a shed, maybe with lights. And all the dudes from that village would go sit down in there and drink kava together. And I don't know who was telling me this joke, but it's true. At the beginning of the night, you'll hear them all like chilling. They're all singing and shit. They'll be in there all night. By the end of it, they're all fucking knocked, but like not sleeping.
Because that's
You
what
know?
kava makes you.
Yeah,
You're like,
they're like nodding.
yeah, you're fucking disassociating. That's exactly what happens.
Yeah, I like that stuff though. I never done a lot of it though.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Okay, they say you shouldn't. I heard it makes you sleep a long time too.
Yeah, it does. It's like taking Benadryl.
That's one of my favorite drugs. I love it so much.
Benadryl?
Yeah,
I dated a girl who took Benadryl every single night.
I heard that can.
I told her it wasn't good for
That
her.
can lead to Alzheimer's. I looked it up because I was loving it, and I did it for like a week straight, and I was like, "This is so awesome."
You were
Like, could just-
microdosing Benadryl.
No, I was just regular dosing. Like, it was just one Benadryl every night. Made my sleep so fucking, like, I could control, like, I feel like going to sleep soon. Take the pill. I feel myself, like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I loved it so much. And then I looked it up and I was like, yeah, it can help you get Alzheimer's. And I was like, all right, let me not do this.
That's not good.
I still do it sometimes. But not more than like just like once a month or whatever.
I feel you.
If I want to like switch up my sleep schedule a little bit.
I got to drive to New York. Where can people find you?
Oh yeah. Maka Oceania on Twitter and Instagram. I'm not much on Twitter anymore, but definitely on Instagram, Maka Oceania. That's Maka Ocean IA. You ready?
Maka 3.0.
Maka 3.0 on streaming. Spotify Maka 3.0, Apple Maka 3.0, YouTube Maka 3.0. And then if you want to check me out on TikTok, that's Off-White Baby with 2 Y's. Or if you want to watch my cooking videos, it's Maka Cooking. Those are pretty cool. I just put one out yesterday. Sausage rolls. How to make sausage rolls.
I'm going to check that out. You can follow me at Bucked Up Podcast. See me headline Nick's Comedy Stop in Boston, April 28th and 29th.
Yeah, and I'm going to go watch that too.
Oh, that would be dope as hell.
Yeah.
Peace out, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah. Hey,